Well, it's been a really long time since I've done a stimulus video. In fact, I think the last one may have been just updating on the chances of a fourth stimulus. And I did share all the way back in May that I thought that there was less than a 1% chance that there would be a fourth stimulus in 2021. Now, I want to talk with all of you about this increase in news reporting about a possible upcoming fourth stimulus. But before I do, I wanted to share with you a new channel that I just started. It's called Wildlife Reacts. And basically what we're doing is we have like 100 acres or so in a certain area. And we decided that we wanted to see how the wildlife would react to different situations. So would they prefer Pizza Hut versus Domino's? Would they prefer McDonald's fries or Wendy's fries? What would they do if we put, foil out there and put a popcorn in the middle? Would they go through the foil? And we have all of these ideas and seeing how they react. We have a bunch of bears and foxes and coyotes and fisher weasels and opossums and all kinds of things out there, and they all are reacting in different ways. So we just dropped our second episode. This one was a very simple one: apples versus bananas left in the woods with the trail cam. So I'll leave the link to that below in the description. If you feel like that is something you would like to be a part of or view and become a subscriber of, I encourage you to do so. We are only asking those of you that think you would want to watch those types of videos. If you don't, if you're not interested in that, definitely don't subscribe. When it comes to YouTube, viewership time reigns supreme. So we really only want those of you to come along that believe you are going to view these videos and like them and enjoy them. And if that sounds like you, come along with us. But if it doesn't sound like you, on to the stimulus news. I think I even said you're going to see the end of 2021, December, come and go, and there's going to be no stimulus. And in fact, I'm not going to name anybody by name, but I said there's a lot of people out there telling you and leading you along that there's going to be something that there's not. And that is what we did see happen. However, there is now some news reports coming out that it's possible for a fourth stimulus to happen. And there's this new big push for it. They're telling you in the government or different legislatures. And I just wanted to share with you quickly my thoughts on it and just tell you where I stand, because we did a pretty good job on this channel of leading you through the first, the second, and the third, and giving you the timelines and what's going on and what people are saying. And we tried to give you it in an accurate and clear way. And so, do I believe that there is going to be a fourth stimulus coming out this year, 2022? The answer is no. There's not going to be a fourth stimulus, not in the ways that we saw the first, second, and third, not a check that they're going to pay to you that they did to the masses. Yes, there's going to be a child tax credit. Yes, there's going to be some stimulus to those who are farm workers or meat packers or in certain industries. But no, there is not going to be a major forced stimulus for large groups of people. It's possible they may eventually look at increasing Social Security or something like that. But stimulus checks, no. And the reason why is because inflation is far too high right now. Our debt is far too high right now. There are far too many government officials right now who are simply not willing to pass something that's $200, $300, or $400 billion, handing out money to people in society under a certain threshold, whether that's $75,000 or $150,000 filing jointly. There's a couple of reasons why the government officials aren't going to go with this. Number one, when we're looking at this pandemic, the primary reason they did it is because it affected so many people so greatly. In fact, the government actually shut down many areas of our economy and felt like it was their responsibility to pay back these workers within this shutdown. And because of this shutdown due to the pandemic, that is no longer the case. Yes, you can make the argument that people are still impacted by it, but as far as workers are concerned, there are more jobs open than people are even willing to take at this point. So the opportunities are there. The government isn't shutting down industries or jobs. In addition, the likelihood that handing out more money is going to do more damage than good is very likely. And what I mean is, yes, you might get a stimulus check, but if inflation continues to go the way it is right now, it's going to hurt you more in the long term. And there's too many government officials who are afraid of that. I'm simply sharing with you what the truth is. Back in May, when I told you wouldn't see a fourth stimulus check in 2021, I was sharing with you the truth, and it was kind of obvious at that time that they weren't going to do it. I mean, they barely passed the third one. They're going to really pass a fourth one? Nothing in the economic, social, or political climate looked like they would do such a thing. 2022 is here, and there's nothing that looks like they're going to do such a thing again. So I'm just sharing with you what I believe the truth is on this situation, and you can take with it what you want. There are people out there who will continue to tell you that a fourth stimulus check is coming your way, just like they did for the last 6 months or 7 months. They strung you along. And there is none. I think that you should definitely plan your life out going into the future, not expecting that handout from the government coming. And I think by doing that, you can better prepare yourself and your finances with having that clarity of thought. If there's anything else that comes up, I will post another video on stimulus, but obviously these are long and far in between because there really isn't much to say about it. But I did want to give you this update.